Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome to another video. So, going to the post office and want to talk a little bit about net neutrality today. You've probably seen a lot of talk of net neutrality on news outlets and YouTube and maybe the network news, etc. And the reason is it's a very important decision that was made by the FCC in a 3-2 decision to overturn net neutrality legislation from a couple years ago. So net neutrality in a nutshell says that network providers have to give equal access to all content providers, say Netflix, YouTube, websites, Google, Amazon. Everybody gets the same access. Like the network provider, say your cable company that provides you with internet, they cannot give more bandwidth to Hulu and less bandwidth to Netflix because Hulu pays them X amount of dollars a year in a contract to have a favored status. That's net neutrality in a nutshell. I do encourage you to do your own research on net neutrality, find exactly what it is, so you're informed. But yeah, it was struck down, and typically I don't like to speak politics on this channel, but this is super important, guys. Like, if you look at the cable networks, a lot of people are now not even getting TV services. I know a lot of younger people aren't getting, they're cutting the cord, except for internet and, just streaming all their content. The cable providers, they can't stand this. Like, it cuts right into their bread and butter, which is cable TV, a la carte, and pay-per-view services. They do not like Netflix. They do not like YouTube, for sure, any of these streaming services. And they don't, it probably infuriates them that they are actually bringing these services into your home that is actually killing their bread and butter, which is their TV network services. So they will do something with this. They will either charge more money for Netflix and all those other streaming services, or they will throttle the bandwidth, or who knows what else. Or maybe they will cut a deal with Netflix and say, hey, we'll bring you into our package, and we'll just have our subscribers pay more money to get Netflix with their service. And if they don't do it, then they won't get Netflix. And then Netflix may see like the benefit of that and say, oh yeah, that would automatically bring us X number of subscribers, even though we're gonna cut some people out. So yeah, let's do that. There's no end to the kind of backroom dirty ass deals that can be done to take power from us, like the content providers like me, and all the other people you watch on YouTube, all of your Netflix and Hulus and all that stuff. Not to mention, they can control like the message, right? Like, let's say they don't like what Fox News says, or let's say they don't like what CNN says. They could throttle that bandwidth and limit that message. Maybe they make your CNN page load really slow, so you give up and you find another network, right? I mean, there's no end to this. So I typically believe in a free enterprise, market-driven economy. But the fact is, most of us, including me, only have one viable option for broadband. So that can be abused easily. If I had like 5 different service providers that I could choose from, I would be more apt to trust the actual market to iron out those things and bring me what I want. But having one provider, and with infrastructure being so expensive, I do not trust that process. I do not trust the free market process to straighten itself out. I think this is where we absolutely need government intervention. This is the reason we have a government, is to stop stuff like this from happening. So if you're not pissed off already, you need to get that way. You need to inform yourself, and once you know what they're doing with the net neutrality, you will be pissed off. So I've included a few links down below with some probably better explanations than I have given. And me and John, Cincinnati Picker, are going to also be talking about net neutrality on This Week in Reselling, because it can also affect e-commerce. Like, what's to stop Amazon from cutting a deal with any provider and saying, hey, look, we're going to give y'all free access to our network, but eBay, we're going to charge people $1 a month if they want to access eBay. Sounds ridiculous, right? Well, it's possible. It is a possibility. I'm not saying it's a probability, but it is definitely a possibility. And it's important that we keep these guys as just a pipe for data. And I mean, there are free speech implications. There are, sorry, making a left turn. Free speech implications, and there are, what do you call it? Monopolies, antitrust implications here, given the availability of broadband to most U.S. consumers. So check out those links down below. Get mad, write your congressman, sign petitions, whatever the hell you got to do. We got to nip this in the bud, and we got to keep the internet free. So there, that's my little public service announcement, guys.